Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Ashley and welcome to a brand new series, the Youth Academy Regens at Red Bull Leipzig. If you do enjoy the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like, check out your social media links, they'll be down in the description below. So as I said, we are doing a Youth Academy Regen. So we've taken over Red Bull Leipzig, who are in the second Bundesliga in Germany, and we're going to try and build them up with a nice Youth Academy and also pick up regens of the players that do retire over the course of the career mode. So we're going to go ahead and set off by sending out some scouts. So we're going to hire the highest rated scouts, as Red Bull Leipzig do have a massive budget, so we're going to get the most expensive scouts that we can get for now and use up as much of our budget as possible to get the scouts that we need to bring in the best players. We're always going to have a player sent out to Germany, as that is the home nation of the team, but we're also going to send scouts around the world trying to pick up the best talent. So we're going to send one out initially to Brazil, and we're also going to send one over to Spain, looking as they are the two highest rated nations generally throughout FIFA. We move on into the first scout report and pick up a high rated player straight away. So great to have two players straight in our first scout report to bring in. Brazil does offer one player to bring in, and he's a high rated goalkeeper, which is fantastic, and we also pick one player up from Spain. So we move on into some training now, and as you can see, I'm just going to show you the training in the background just so you can see where we're getting the additional growth for the players when we show you the scout reports at the end of each month. And we're going to continue to push through these training drills just so that we can get these players ready for when we start the season. But today's episode is going to be the first half of the season, which is going to go up till the January transfer window, and we're going to do the first 4 episodes as the 6 months to get the Youth Academy populated and get the first team populated, ready to start off with a full regen team. As you can see, we're getting some nice growth with the players that we have got in training. As we move on into another scout report, we pick up 2 more decent German players. There's not too much to offer in Brazil, so we're going to go ahead and reject that. We're going to pick one player up from Spain there and move on with ourselves, because we pick up another one as well, so that makes 2. So we can show you the quick youth squad report here, and we've all got high potential players looking to bring those through, and hopefully they can fit nicely into our first team. But we move on now and pick up 2 free agents, because they are regen players that we can use, and we're just using them to fill out our squad at the moment so we can move on a couple of the first team players to create extra funds. And we're going to go ahead and move on into some training once again. As you can see, we simulate training, get some nice growth from our goalkeeper, and that goalkeeper is going to be someone who has really high potential, and he's 6 foot as well, so decent enough height on him. Again, some growth from our midfielder there, going up to 51 rating. We need to get him higher if he's going to feature in our first team when ready. But again, looking for some players in the last scout report from Brazil before setting up a new scouting network. So we pick up one player and move on, and we look through our scout report from Spain. We've got a very decent player in Vicente Galliano who we're going to bring in, and we're also going to go ahead and bring in this guy, as he is 72 to 88 rated, and maybe release him if he doesn't reach that higher end of his potential. So you look at the quick scouting report, and we've got very, very solid players and some decent ratings already, so they're players that are definitely going to be able to produce in our first team. We're going to go ahead and send out the 2 scouts that have come back. We're going to send the first one to France, and we're going to go ahead and send the second one to Italy to help bolster that youth academy. Again, doing some training, getting the 17-year-olds in the training. We're only training the 17-year-olds and the goalkeepers because I don't want to ruin their physical growth too much, as it can happen when you do train the 15 and 16-year-olds. And the 17-year-olds are the first ones that are going to be coming into the first team. Anyway, continuing on with the training, as you can see in the background, getting some nice growth from our players and continuing to push forward. So we go into another German scout report, and we pick up another player by player from the German scout, but nothing too much, nothing special in Italy. So we're going to move on and look at France, and there is one player who looks decent enough to bring in. So you move on into our youth academy. It's starting to get really nicely populated now, showing some decent signs of having some good players to bring through, and just hopefully they can continue to grow. Again, training the 17-year-olds in their training drills, once again getting some nice growth from our players, and that Alvarez is nearly up to a 70 rating already, which will make him the highest rated goalkeeper in our club, so he'll definitely be coming into the first team. Back into a scout report and pick one player up from Germany there who looks decent enough to bring in. So we move on into Italy, looking to try and find a decent Italian player, and the Simone Monreali, we will look to try and see if he grows in the next one, but we won't pick him up just yet. We move on into France and we'll look for a player there, but there's no one of any great note that we're going to bring in, so scout them guys further. Again, just showing you guys the scout report from the players that we've already bought in. Everyone looking decent and growing nicely. Hopefully they can all be stars in our youth academy in the future. So we move on into some more training. Galliano's nearly up to that 50 rating, so he has grown very nicely through the training drills. We continue to move on and get some nice growth from Bayer, and also our goalkeeper really now pushing close to that 70 mark, and he'll definitely come into the first team soon. Go into the German scout report and pick up 2 more players, and that will fill up our youth academy. We tried to sign Simone Morale, but we have a full scout report, and there's no one who we want to get rid of just yet, so we're going to go ahead and let him go and wait till we can sign up some of our players to pick up some more scouts in the future scout missions. But that's going to go ahead and fill out our youth team, so you can have a look at the players that we've got available to us. We're not going to get rid of any of them just yet. We're going to keep hold of all these guys for now, and we're going to go ahead and offer contracts to all the 17-year-olds that look ready to come in. But that's going to bring an end to this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, smash a like. If you want to leave any feedback, be my guest. But until next time, my name's Ashley. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.